All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Canes Unit. As you noticed, it's not Wednesday night; it's Tuesday night. That's because that's our new night for our episodes. So be on the lookout for that. Some big news broke last night while we were on the air, actually, with on Wholesome One's channel. Cody Brown, who Miami was very interested in for a while, is now a Miami Hurricane. What are your guys' thoughts? How you feeling about it? Do you feel much better now that we have 5 running backs in the depth chart? And also, like, how does this running back group compare to last 10, 15, 20 years? Because I don't remember the room being this loaded. Concrete, what do you think?
I'm excited, man. Especially after losing Robert Burns. Like, we definitely need a bruiser like him in the backfield. And we was all here. We was all concerned about depth issues with Robert Burns leaving, whatever. So coming in, it can only help. I put up a post on my community post on my community channel on YouTube, whatever. They had all 5 running backs lined up: Cody Brown, Dad Lewis, Dad Franklin, Don Chaney, Jalen Knighton, and Cam Harris, and just looking at that, man, it just gave me the jitters, bro. I'm like, oh man, this is what we dealing with. This is a wonderful situation, man. I'm saying we had guys stacked up. I think we had a room with Yerby. Was Yerby there with Duke? I think he was. 2015.
Yeah. Yeah. Duke's last year, I think, was Yerby's first year or something like that.
Yeah. So this was it Yerby, Duke? Was I think Gus Edwards was in there, maybe. I don't know. I'm saying we had a room: G. Coop, Javar Shane, Damian Barry, Lamar Miller, and we all know the the group of Clint Portis, McGahee, Frank Gore. I'm saying, so it kind of gives me that vibe, man. It gives me that vibe. Like, it's gonna be like we already said it was 1A, 1B, 1C with the 3 guys that we already had. I'm saying, and these 2 guys coming in, man, it's just gonna make that competition even more deadlier. And you gotta up your play when you got dogs behind you. Like Cam Harris already know what's behind him from last year, so I'm excited about this room, man.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I agree. I mean, I think at the end of the day, when's the last time we were stacked 5 deep with this type of talent, with this type of potential, right? I love it. I mean, most programs have 6, 7 backs, so 5 is a good number, but 5 quality, and that's the key right there. And they're different, right?
Yeah. I'll say 4 stars. Yeah, 4 stars and up.
Oh, I thought you were saying
all
like
quality.
4. I was like, I think it's 5, bro.
Yeah. My bad. I didn't mean to mess you up.
No. It's what I like about it is there's some versatility there. You know what I mean? You got the vet, you got Cam as the vet. They could show these boys how to lift, how to prepare. Chaney and Rooster got a year under them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Even though they didn't, COVID and they went through some injuries and, Rooster got his shoulder, but they still got a year of college football, college weight room, college nutrition underneath them. And then you bring in Thad from Chaminade Madonna, which is a monster. Like, that is no joke. Let's not sleep on that. Then you end up getting the 10th ranked running back in the country, in the whole country, which is similar to Thad. He's got a little more shake to him, right? He's similar to Thad. And I went back after he committed and rewatched all his tapes. Oh, he's nice. He's really nice. I personally think from a potential standpoint, we're loaded in the running back room.
Yeah, I like it. And I watched his tape again today, Cody's, and he's not a guy that looks super fleet of foot as far as just pure speed, but like deceptively fast. Like, you see him, he doesn't look super fast, but he's like kind of pulling away from people sometimes. So I don't know if it's just his size kind of throws you off visually. But yeah, he's a big dude. 217 he's listed at, but he's likely more than that. By the time the season starts, he'll be 223, 224 probably. imagine that and Thad and got those big bodies in the fourth quarter in that Miami Sun. That defense is worn down, and you're just getting that right to the face.
Yeah. He definitely lacks speed, but I'm pretty sure his strength is going to make up for it.
I'll tell you what, though. Cody has really good short area quickness. Like his first, 3 to 6 yards, he's got a really good burst. He might not have that breakaway, like I'll get away from you, even though I saw the same thing that John saw that he does get away sometimes. But he's got really good short area burst. Like that's what you honestly really need at the end of the day from a back, and he's got that.
Yeah, like OG Kane said, he's strong as hell and has great balance, man. Quick feet. That comes with the burst he was talking about.
Exactly. No, that's how you wear down defenses for sure. And also I feel like this Rhett Lashley's going to know how to use all these guys. Whereas I remember there was one year where it was Randy Shannon's last year. I think we had Lamar Miller, Mike James, Eduardo Clements, who at the time was a big time recruit, and Storm Johnson. Storm Johnson never got used, and he was really good. Eduardo Clements barely got used. But I feel like this team will know how to use 4 or 5 of these guys and incorporate them into the offense. So I'm looking forward to that. On that note, I was having a thought about Rhett Lashley. I know this is likely his last year with Miami, especially if he just has a really good year. If we have a good year off, do you think there's a situation as far as win-loss record, or I don't know, an amount of money we can throw at him? There's any situation conceivable that we keep him a third year? You think that's possible?
Yes, the offense does horrible.
I mean, I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Man. I guess if we probably like a season away from doing really great things and he wants to be a part of it, to me, that's probably the only situation. And I guess if there's no good jobs open like that, but the way it's going right now, jobs open up left and right. See, Les Miles just got released from Kansas, so man, I don't know. I don't know if there's any situation besides if he just wants to be a part of something special. If he feels something special is brewing up, and he wants to be a part of it. But
I mean, I think there's a lot that goes into it, right? Chances are our offense is gonna look a lot better this year than it did last year. Like it's just another whole year underneath the same system. You got a vet O-line coming back. I mean, I just don't see. You added a weapon in Rambo. You still have a big-time tight end there. I just don't see how the offense takes a step back. But I think there's a lot of ways we can retain him. Meaning, like you said, first, depending what jobs are available, right? Because I don't think you're just going to hop to anything. Number 2, Manny can give him an assistant head coach position with the OC position where then they can give him more money. That's a title, that's a promotion. That shows him love, right? I mean, we're going to lose him 100% if there's a big-time program that wants him. There's just no way around that. But I think it's going to depend on what jobs are available, 100%, and if Miami steps up to the plate, which I think they will, and they will throw some more money at him and give him like an assistant head coach position as well. But no chance we keep him if, like, example, let's see who's on the hot seat at a big program. Let's say Ed Odron over at LSU has another bad year with all that talent. Just throwing that out there. Let's say he has another bad year now that he has all this talent this year, right? And LSU goes and says they want Rhett Lashley. Rhett Lashley's gone. Like, he's gone. That's just what's going to happen. But I think if it's like Tulsa or no disrespect to Tulsa.
No disrespect to the Golden Hurricane. Yeah.
Right. I just don't think he jumps from Miami to be a head coach in a smaller program. I don't see that happening.
I don't see that happening either. And Greg Bush actually brought up a good point with the quarterbacks that goes coincides with what we're saying. If he lands, let's say, a Ja'Cory Brown or, Jake Garcia makes some huge strides in the spring, and he's like, man, that could be my guy next year. Maybe a up-and-coming quarterback like that keeps him around one more year.
Yeah, I don't think he.
Close.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
No. I was
done.
just going to say, maybe if he sees Jake Garcia or something, for example, making some serious strides as the next guy in line, and he thinks the rest of the team is close, he's like, man, I can help bring a national title in 2022, possibly. So I feel like that would be the kind of thing that could keep him around one more year.
Yeah, y'all don't think he'll take a Group of 5 gig?
No.
For a first-time head coach?
I mean, UCF, I'm sure, was tempting, but he didn't take that one.
Yeah,
hey,
I know if he.
Ja'Cory, man, he's on the Elite 11 finalist.
That's right, I saw that.
That's big time. That's big time. Like, that's big time. So other people see what we see.
Yeah, and it's looking real good as far as his recruitment's going too.
Yeah.
If Red Lashley does leave, you guys with so many quarterbacks in the room, you think he takes a quarterback with him?
Depends on the job. If he goes to LSU, I think there's a strong chance that if Garcia didn't beat out TBD or TBD didn't beat out Garcia, one of them follow him. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not uncommon for that to go down, right? But I think it's awesome to talk about. I just think a lot of things have to happen. For him to get that situation. He's been in the game long enough. I think he's happy where he's at. I can tell by the way he's recruiting, and to get Garcia now, it looks really good for Ja'Cory. That's not a guy that's thinking about an out. That's a guy that's thinking about, I'm about to stack.
Building, yeah.
Yeah, so for me, I think he likes it here, but you can't fault the guy. Just like when we hired T. Will, and then he left to go to UCF, I don't fault him for that. He went to go coach under his mentor, and he was getting a promotion. Like, you can't be mad at that. That's good for him and his family. So if it's a situation like that for Coach Lashley, I'm going to support him. I would be shocked if he took a group of 5 job.
I would be too.
Yeah, only reason I brought it up because Lane Kiffin, he took a G5 gig, leaving Bama.
Right. But anyway, switching gears really quick to the spring, which is now just 4 days. Well, really, today's basically over. So really, it's like 3 days away from spring practice. I'm excited, man. We heard in the past week that we got possible position changes. It looks like Wholesome One said the other day, that this new staff is reevaluating where guys should be, which is great to see. Concrete, because I know we haven't had a chance to talk to you yet. Caned Up and I have been on like 3 or 4 straight lives the last days. We've been busy. We haven't got your thoughts yet, man, on first of all, Jalen Harrell. There's rumors that he might switch to corner. And then the other one was, refresh my, Avery Huff to striker was the other
striker,
one? Yeah. What do you think of these position changes, man? Do you like them? How do you feel about them?
I'm cool with the Jalen Harrell one. I'm saying just to add a little bit more depth to corner. I don't really know how good he is, whatever. You know what I'm saying, but I guess going with a coach like T-Rob, maybe he could. I know I use his word a lot. You know what I'm saying, maybe he could maximize potential. You know what I'm saying, bring something out that's never been bottled out of him. Maybe say, oh, this is my niche. Cornerback is my niche right here. You know what I'm saying, and Avery Huff, we heard a lot of things about him being a very athletic guy. You know what I'm saying, him being that striker, it kind of worries me a little bit just because the striker does a lot of covering, and I don't really know how good he is covering. You could be athletic as hell. Example, Zach Mccloud, athletic as hell, but I don't say that don't mean anything. I'm saying if you can't do anything, you can't do the right things on the field. But I mean, hey, if that's their vision, if they think he could perform well at striker, I'm with it. I'm saying we'll see. The good thing is we have a spring this year, so that's an extra evaluation period. I know it sounds weird because we didn't know if we would have a spring or not. So it's having a spring, man. It feels like a blessing right now. But and then Zach Mccloud going to DN. cool. Edge rusher, you know what I'm saying? If you're not good at linebacker, guys typically move to DN and put them on the line anyways. Make your job a lot easier. Just get the quarterback. I'm saying that. We're going to see what's up with that as far as his athletic ability, see if he's really the freakiest guy, the first round guy that we all projected him to be when he first came to the University of Miami.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm down with the position changes. It's cool. Like I said, we got a sprain to evaluate it even more. So
Right.
test out the waters.
Yeah. The only thing I'm a little nervous about is, okay, Avery Huff, that's another super athletic guy going to striker. Now you got at striker Keontre Smith, Gilbert Frierson, Chase Smith coming in now, and Avery Huff.
Got some depth though. Got depth. We talked about depth, no?
That's serious depth. I like the depth. But then you're taking linebacker away. I mean, that makes me think a couple of things. If they're thinking of moving him to striker, I'll be honest, I'm not sure whose idea it was to make that switch, but if they're moving him to striker, they must think really highly of Austin Cave and Corey Flagg and those guys. Maybe Chase Smith wants to move to linebacker in the future. Maybe they're thinking, oh, James Williams. That kid's going to
Murray Carter.
James Williams. I mean, James Williams is one of those kids. If he walks into a weight room and smells it, he's going to gain 20 pounds. So maybe he's a linebacker one day. So I don't know. You were about to say something, Caned Up?
Yeah. Don't be surprised if of a striker that you didn't expect gets moved to linebacker now.
Okay.
So I think there's a little swap happening. Just throwing that out there.
One we didn't expect. Okay.
Oh, I don't think anyone's going to expect it. I think they're going to play around with it in the spring, and if it works out, it may stay that way.
What position was that?
Striker to linebacker.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I can't really guess anybody on that right now.
I was going to say don't guess because I can't say, but I'm just saying. I think that I know they're going to experiment with it in the spring, and if it goes well, it may stay that way.
I like it. More athletes at that position, the better.
It'll be a surprise. I promise you. If it works out, I guarantee it's going to be a topic to talk about.
Sounds like a small dude, man. But I'm gonna leave it alone. I got you.
Nathan Bennett has a suggestion. We'll neither confirm nor deny.
I can't, bro.
Yeah. All right. So which position group are you guys most excited about? I mean, for me, I think the O-line is going to take the biggest. Actually, that's a better question. But I think the O-line is going to take the biggest step forward in the spring. What do you guys think? Like, pick a unit on offense and a unit on defense. Which one takes the biggest step forward, and which one may take a step back?
I think the wide receivers on offense are going to take a step forward.
More than the O-line?
Yes, because they were worse. They were worse, and I think the talent is there. I think the talent is there. I really do see that happening. I think the wide receivers are going to take a big step. What's up, Chuck Mobile? And I think I'll stay on offense and let you guys go, and then we'll go to defense, I guess. But I really believe the wide receivers are going to take a big step. I think Harley's going to lead that group. Rambo coming in, stirring up some more competition. Everything I'm hearing, and I know people in the chat don't want to hear this, but I'm hearing Pope is working his butt off right now. Like he's putting in a lot of time.
Good.
Hopefully that helps him. Wiggins is the one that I'm just suspect about. To be honest with you guys, I've been open about that. I don't wish anything bad on the young man. I just think he should transfer somewhere else, and I hope he kills it somewhere else. He's had enough reps for me to see that I don't think he's a fit here at Miami currently. That's just how I see it. I think Pope, out of the two, has a better chance to bounce back. And I could be wrong. We'll see. But there's fire behind those guys. There's absolute fire behind those guys. So
absolutely.
I think the wide receiver group on offense. What about you?
I agree with you on wide receiver. Like I think Pope is really gonna. I've been hearing a lot of things about him too, as far as him working hard and everything. You know what I'm saying? So I think Pope is gonna. Hopefully, he surprised a lot of people. I gave up on D Wiggins. I wish him the best. You know what I'm saying, but I think Pope definitely has a better chance. Whatever. You know what I'm saying to make something happen, to stay in that lineup. But I'm gonna go with the old line just because. We're having a full spring. We have a chance to experiment with guys, to put them in different places to see what's going on. I'm saying, and Jalen Rivers, I think that's gonna be huge for the O line. I think he's really gonna shake something up. I'm saying you can't forget about Isaiah Walker. I'm saying we're gonna see where he fit in. I kind of doubt that he's gonna earn a starting spot in spring, whatever, just because a lot of those guys are vets and it's hard to beat out. Levon Donaldson, I think he's living up. He's on his way to live up to his potential. I'm saying you got Jalen Rivers, Jared Williams, and Zion Nelson, Corey Gaynor. I'm saying I think they take that extra step with being a unit, being in sync. You know what I'm saying, and it's just gonna. I think having a spring is definitely gonna help out as far as playing as a unit together. I think they're gonna should they went from horrible to average, and I think it's gonna be really good this year. The O line.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, for me, I think it's tough between them and the receivers. I think the receivers will take a big jump, assuming it's fair competition and all that. But yeah, the O line. Yeah, there's no way they don't take a huge step forward. And then on defense. I think the corners are going to take the biggest step forward. We struggled a little bit at that position at times. And I think adding Tyreek and of course, now you got DVD and T-Rob coaching them. All these guys are grown men now, a lot of juniors and seniors in the secondary. I think the corners take the biggest step forward on defense.
Yo, Greg Bush.
Well, OG said that he's only seen Huff play at the 3-4 in high school, and I agree. I just think with the conversation they had with OG, I think the conversation they had with Huff was like, look, if you want to get on the field, this is your best chance, because remember they gave him all kind of chances to learn the linebacker position, and he struggled with the playbook a little bit. So the guy's got the talent. I mean, I don't want to disrespect the striker position, but striker is a little bit easier to play the position than the other position he was playing, even though striker is like another outside linebacker, but it's a little different, right? It's not as much. There's not as many keys as there is at the other two spots, So I think they had that conversation. I'm assuming this because that's the only thing that makes sense to me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Man, I think I'm gonna go with safety just because what's coming in. Again, Devontae Williams back. Yeah, James Williams coming in and Cam Kitchens. I think that room's gonna make the biggest improvement, even though it wasn't the weakest length on the defense last year. But I'm rocking with safety. Just because it's hard. Yeah.
It could be where Avonte Williams ends up this year. Is he going to play corner or is he going to play safety?
Yeah, wherever he ends up, put him at DN. I'll go with D-line, being the biggest improvement.
I mean, honestly, on the defensive side, it's tough. It's easy to pick the two weakest spots, right? We could pick the corners or we could pick the linebackers, right? I'm just going to give Simpson a big shout out, and I'm going to say it's going to be not the D-line, but the D tackles. I think the D tackles are going to take a big jump this year. I don't think they played very consistent last year, and I think I said this last night on the Wholesome Show. Our linebackers did have a bad year, but it was because our D tackles were letting the offensive line get to that second level a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they work hand in hand. It's a chain, right? So I think my guess is the D tackles are going to take. I mean, all your answers are right too. I like all your answers, but I think the D tackles, Coach Simpson's going to come in and they're going to play a little different.
Yeah, I think the D line. As far as my opinion on that, I think they're just going to surprise a lot of people. what I'm saying, due to the drop off and who we lost last year and who we're losing this year, whatever. You know what I'm saying, I think they're gonna surprise a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna do better than expected.
Well, I have a feeling Jafari Harvey's gonna really blow some people away. I think they're sleeping on him. Armando Alves brings up a good point. Kane W brought this up. I think it was last night. Donaldson needs to come back in shape. Has to play strong and fast with the rest of the O-line. You brought this up last night. In this offense, Rhett Lashley, the offense is predicated on first down. If you're getting 5, 6, 7 yards or more on first down, they're moving. You got to get up to the line real quick. And if our boy comes in 350, 360, he's not going to be able to stay on the field very long, unfortunately. And we need him because Donaldson's a beast when he's in shape.
360, damn.
He's a big boy.
Dude, that's what he was coming in. I think 2017, his freshman year, when he was like freshman all ACC, and he started as a true freshman. Yeah, he came in really overweight. He really had to trim down. So yeah, that's just I don't know. You know, if you guys have heard where he's at physically coming in the spring. I'm not sure if anybody has, but
I saw a picture and he looked massive. I'm just saying, I saw a real recent picture and he looked. I mean, I don't know what he's weighing, but he looks like a condominium, bro. He's huge.
Is that a good huge or?
I don't know, man. Like again, I'm suspect on him getting in shape because if he's in shape, that dude's gonna go to the league. He'll play on Sundays if he's in shape.
Yeah, I don't need
on the run game, and the run game is important more important in the NFL than it is in college, right?
Yeah.
And he's a body mover, but can he stay in shape? And you know, like John said, Coach Lashley wants to go as fast as possible.
Yeah, and I don't need this man coming in looking like Mark Henry now. Come in as an athlete, down 360. I don't want that.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be good. OG Kane, from what I'm hearing, Gary and Justice wants these guys bigger and stronger so they get more push in the run game. That's a good point. You don't want to sacrifice too much size.
He's right, but not on Donaldson. They're trying to make him every other guy. No, he's right. They're making an emphasis on the run game this year. Like that's a big deal. They've been feeding them boys. They're giving a different. They're working out a little different. But Donaldson is a little different because he's the whole guard and tackle put together. You know,
like you're good, man. We don't need to get any bigger right now.
You don't do what everybody else does. You go do it.
He said they trying to get halfway to where you at right now. Shoot.
Yeah, man. Like it's insane how in shape O linemen have to be now, but also maintain their size. They got a tough job. Like even like tougher than it's ever been, I think.
Yeah. I feel so happy when I see guys like retire and they like 5 years later they're like my size from the O line. I'm like, okay, they're just doing that because of football.
Yeah, you remember Jeff Saturday when he retired? He slimmed down real quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. No, I mean, look, I know you guys heard it. You know, they had Coach Feely on that podcast. I think it's called. What's it called? The podcast. It's the one it's that guy that has like he had Simpson on last time.
Behind the U?
That one. See, thank you.
I didn't catch the Feely one.
Oh my gosh. I don't work out anymore, but he made me want to go lift something. Like I was looking around to go pick something up. Like I can see why the guys love him. And he's so smart. You guys gotta check that out. Excuse me.
No, I definitely will.
Yeah. Special.
Hello. I'm on.
Oh, we got a guest.
I'm on the show. Okay, you gotta get down. Okay. All right.
You gotta get.
I know Coach Feely.
Sorry about that.
What were you gonna say, Concrete?
I knew Coach Feely was something special when Manny went to Temple and came back and brought Coach Feely down with him. I was like, yeah, you don't bring guys down like that, man. If they if they're not really turned up like that.
You know what's crazy though? After listening to that, everything makes sense now to me. Like everything made sense. Like why our guys are looking like Hercules, and why why our program has jumped from the strength and conditioning standpoint. You listen to that, and you can see where he gets his knowledge from. Number one, which is key. Two, just listen to the guy talk. He even tells you what a normal day for him is like. His attention to detail, his preparation. I mean, it was very impressive. I think he's I can't even state enough the kind of key I think he is for our program right now.
For sure. Yeah, because that was, I remember through some of the darker days, the latter Larry Coulter, Randy Shannon, even some of the Al Golden days, strength and conditioning was
it was Al Golden because we had the same dude. And I think when Mark Richt came in, he ended up getting rid of old boy.
Yeah, we had Coach Swayze for like a ton of years, if I'm not mistaken. Like he was like through like the early 2000s, the glory days, but then into the darker days.
Yeah,
which is
like because we had somebody else before then. I think he went on to like LSU or something, and the guys they talk real high about him. But I guess Swayze came in, man. It was just, I mean, it was already there for him, so he's probably all right. Makes my job a lot easier.
OG said he really sounded like a strength and conditioning Manny. Nah, he did, but I mean, OG, be real though. Like he did 100%. I agree with you. But did you see the kind of cast that he learned under? Bro, get down. Come on.
You got everybody fired up, huh, man?
Real quick. Come here. Come on. I'm on a show. Come here.
No worries, man. Yeah, that was Coach Richt when he was here brought a lot of positive things, and one of the big changes he made, like not just the facilities, but like strength and conditioning, nutrition. That was something that he brought. Like he really upgraded when he came over from the SEC. I'm talking about Coach Richt came up. So like he really upgraded certain parts of the program, like on the periphery, and that was one of them. Strength and conditioning.
Yeah. He just brought complete structure to the program, man.
Yeah.
Strength conditioning. I mean, we still doing his mat drills. Whatever, man. And he kind of like there's no, if Manny is successful like we want him to be, like we got to thank Mark Richt for that, really. I'm pretty sure being under Richt, he kind of showed Manny a little bit of the blueprint, and Manny took what he already knew and added a little sauce to it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he definitely brought that structure. Like when he came to Miami, I was like, finally, man, we got somebody that know what the hell they doing in Mark Richt. So I mean, he knew what he's doing, but he just was stuck in his ways at the same time. But I don't know, that strength conditioning guy, man. I don't know. He had TJ Dallas, man, looking kind of on the chubby side, man. I was kind of scared of that.
Yeah, I think to your point, Mark Richt just made us a program. Is what he did. We weren't a program before. We hadn't been a program for a while, and we got to also bring up the board of trustees. They started spending money also, because we weren't spending money for about 10, 12, 15 years. We weren't spending no money, so Mark Richt comes in, a guy that knows how to run a program. I mean, he averaged 9 and 10 wins every year pretty much. Okay, he couldn't win the championship, but he's winning those games in the SEC. That's no joke. And he made a program for us. I think, like you said, Manny's just taking it and putting his sauce on it, and Manny now is learning on the job. Every year he's learning on the job. But that blueprint, like you said, I definitely give credit to Mark Richt with the way he set up our program. Not a big fan of anything else, but that for sure.
Yeah, I kind of hate when I hear the Mark Richt bashing. Some people, like, I'm like, okay, I understand, man, but I'm saying you got to give him a lot of credit for what he brought to the program. But I mean, his time was up. His time was overdue, man. But I appreciate him.
Fired his son, he would still be here.
He'll still be here. All we got to do is get a decent
I'm telling
OC. That was it.
Are you saying John Richt was not a home run hire? Is that what you're saying, Kane?
Next topic.
Him and Eno's hanging out. Him and Eno's hanging out.
Watch Maryland offense just kill it this year.
I was just about to ask that. Like, what do you think was like the one move that Richt made? What was his downfall? What would you switch? Was it leaving John Richt as coach, or was it taking Nkosi out of that Virginia game? Which was worse?
No, it's definitely worse. Is his son, because I think his son has to do with a lot of that too, with the Cozy thing. Remember, his son was the quarterback guy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I don't want to bash Coach Rick because I'm really happy with some of the moves he's made for us, but he was loyal to his family. Like, you can't hate on that. You know, like, I'm not going to fire my son, so I'm just going to step down. And by him stepping down, he saved us a ton of money. A lot of people don't get that twisted. And they forget about that. Not only did we save a ton of money by him stepping down, remember, he gave $1 million of his own money for the indoor facility.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never going to forget that. Being an old school Cane, I'm never going to forget that because our facilities were caca, bro. They were caca before that. And now we actually we can bring recruits on this, and it looks like a presentable, we got something to show them. And that's all Mark Rick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember going to like one of the Miami camps when I was in high school. I was embarrassed because my dad was a Florida fan, and we just left Florida. And he's like, "This your facilities down here?" I was like, "Yeah, this is what we do. Man, we're gonna win. Hopefully." It was like 2009. I'm like, "Oh man, it ain't looking too good."
Right, exactly. Rick put the structure in. Manny hired the right conditioning coach. I think the coach weighed 1,000 pounds. Yeah, that's
man.
Talking about concrete between Swayze and Feely. And I think I remember seeing a dude on the sideline that was a house. I think I know who he's referring to.
Yeah, buddy, with the ball dude with the
he was waving a towel around every time. Yeah.
He had the weightlifting necklace on.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
yeah.
I know what he's talking about.
It's kind of hard to look at a guy at that weight and say he's our strength and conditioning coach. So.
For sure.
Hey, I know we talked about running backs, but we forgot to say something. Shout out to Coach Hickson, man.
Oh yeah.
You tell me another guy that's not tell me another coach that's not killing his position like he's killing it.
Yeah, get that guy a raise.
Oh my gosh, he is just landing whales.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's just killing it. I mean, we always talk about T-Rob and now Simpson. Coach Hickson quietly is just killing everybody. What he's bringing in. I mean, that's just facts. Look at the guys he's bringing in.
Yeah, we got some closers, man.
Yep.
Yeah, and Jalen Knight was like a last minute draw, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was a big get.
Yeah, I remember Jalen Knight. And I was like, man, if we don't land him and we let him escape to FSU, that could be another Dalvin Cook all over again.
Yep.
And thank God we held on to him.
Yep.
But all right, so Concrete, I know you wanted to touch on this real quick. Favorite Cane ever to wear the number 4? I believe you brought that up earlier in our chat.
Oh yeah. Shoot, there was some notable number 4s, man. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, John.
There were, you got Philip Dorsett, you got Hester, you got who else? Help me out here. Najee Davenport. Oh, that's right, Najee. Forgot about him.
I guess recently, Jaquan Johnson. He did some good things for us.
That's true. Yeah, I'm horrible with jersey numbers. I can never remember who wore what. Like, I think this is a Kenny Phillips jersey, but I'm not sure. Yeah,
man, but I gotta go with D Hester. Gotta go with D Hester. But I always know whoever wears that number 4, man, they gotta show out. They always gotta show out. Oh. we didn't really have no disappointing number 4. Probably our Darius Johnson and maybe Glenn Sharp. Yeah.
I don't think you can pick anybody but Hester.
That's
Yeah.
why.
I mean, I like talking about this, but no disrespect to anybody who has a different opinion, but Hester is. I don't think there was anybody better with that number. And I love Najee, and I think Dorsett was that quiet guy, but he still went to the NFL, made some money in the NFL. You know, like I think he's still in the NFL, but now he's in between teams or something.
With the Seahawks.
Oh, he went to the Seahawks.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, like it's Hester, and it's Hester by a lot, I think.
Yeah. How about this? Since it's the obvious answer is Hester. Oh, Greg Bush just brought up a good one. Steve Walsh.
Steve Walsh.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'd still take Hester, but Steve Walsh was really good too. No, there's been some really good 4s, but I don't take Steve over Hester. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hester was one of a kind, man.
greatest kick returner of all time.
Dude.
College
Ever.
or pro, and it's not even close.
Ever. If you got Florida State fans in here, I'm sorry. D has got to pay respect, man.
I mean, I like primetime. I'm a primetime fan. I would even
Love
say.
him. I love prime time.
He had very Miami Hurricane kind of swag. It was
Yeah.
just on the team.
It like made no sense. Like, how does a guy like that not end up at Miami? That was kind of shaky. Earl Little wore number 4.
Yeah, man. Earl Little wore number 4. Maybe his son will wear number 4 for us. We'll see. Since we're bringing up Devin Hester, I've always wanted to bring this up, but I keep forgetting. Now's a good time. Greatest, like your favorite kick return by Devin Hester, like your favorite Devin Hester memory, favorite play. What pops into your head first?
Super Bowl.
Yeah, the pros. That's his best one.
I mean, that was just crazy. They flat out said, "Don't kick it to him." The coach is like, "I told him, whatever you do, don't kick it to him." Gone.
Yep.
I like how you just.
But that's the first thing that pops in my head. You guys go ahead and. My goodness.
I'm gonna go with that 2005, that Duke game. It was actually a punt return. It wasn't a kick return. It was he broke like 20,000 tackles and just returned it back. I think like the first one, it was one punt return. He like broke like 10,000 tackles and he ended up getting caught. The second one, he broke 20,000 tackles and he ended up scoring. I'm saying that was just some unbelievable stuff right there.
Yep.
And I remember like the next year, like I think Larry Coker, before we found out Hester's going to the draft, he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna put him at running back. He's gonna be another Reggie Bush." I was really excited, but then after the LSU game, Hester was like, "No, I'm good. I'm out."
Bro, he had jets. He had some jets. If he turned on the jets, it was over.
Yeah, if he had room to.
Yep.
Yeah. I was at that Duke game, so I remember those punt returns. But I think the most memorable one for me, Armando's just said it, at the OB against the Gators. That was the first time he ever touched the ball in the OB. It was 03, the home opener. I was there, caned up. I'm guessing you were there. I was in the west end zone, but in the upper deck. They had just done that military flyover, like just 5 minutes before. So the crowd, I have never seen the crowd more juiced up for a game to start, like that I was there, than that game. And I went to all those wide right 3, wide left. I went to all those FSU games. But that one, that was just like, the stadium was shaking before kickoff. Gets the kickoff, gets to the first wave, the crowd already is going insane because there's still the pent-up anger from the Fiesta Bowl, because this is the first home game, first play since the Fiesta Bowl robbery.
Wow.
So people just went ballistic. I thought the stadium was going to collapse. But, yeah, that was an amazing memory. That's my favorite one. That one in a close second is the one against Louisville on that Thursday night game.
Yeah.
There.
I remember watching that live. I remember that.
Oh my God.
Nasty.
I was crapping myself that entire game because we almost lost that game, and where he juked out the punter and sat him on his ass.
Yep.
that was 04, right?
04 Thursday night game.
They
Yeah.
played that poor punter. They must have played that for 5 years right after that. Every single weekend, the college football was going to come on as a highlight, and that punter just kept looking.
Whoop. Yep.
Yeah, that's like someone getting dunked on in the NBA, and they just keep. It was such a good dunk. They'll play it every season. It was like a crossover. Somebody hit him with a crossover, whoop, and he just fell.
Yeah.
That sucks for the victim.
Greg Bush brings up a good point, and I kind of agree with him. It seems like kickoff returns are a thing of the past in college football. Yep, it does seem that way. The kickers are kicking it out of the end zone, and when they don't, the new rule calling a fair catch is killing it. Yeah, it's kind of football's way to cover their ass and say, "Oh, we're being safer," but it's 1% safer than it was before.
Yeah, it's a deadly play, man.
We need to get a lot better in our game in that aspect this coming year. We were terrible in the punt return game last year, fumbling the ball, making bad decisions. I mean, that's an area that I expect Miami to make a jump also. I mean, I know we don't really talk about special teams too much, but we take it for granted that we have like the best punter, and now we have another badass kicker coming in. But our kick return, like our punt return was dog doo-doo last year.
Yeah, what was up with that, man? I was completely confused. I'm like, nobody could catch a punt right now. Like, there got to be somebody. I think Gervin Hall was like the only guy that they trusted that could catch it securely. But they're like, he's not gonna return it. We just need somebody to catch it. Like, he doesn't have to return it. Like, I'm like, damn.
It drove me crazy. Miami, the Canes.
I'm like, all this damn speed and nobody could catch a punt. Like, we've been doing that since Little League. I don't understand that.
And a lot of people thought, Bergie brings up Xavier Restrepo. A lot of people thought, okay, because he returned kicks in high school. He's our returner of the future. There was a couple times where he would chase down a ball that he shouldn't be chasing down, or he bobbles another ball. And yeah, with Xavier, it was just mental errors. Like, he's just got to like slow down, like think for a second. He was just like too amped up. And Pope, I mean, well, we know his issue. Gervin Hall, I think I remember Gervin Hall bottling one or two. Like, nobody was sure-handed. Rooster, I would love to see back there, honestly. I don't like this idea of, okay, let's put our fifth string corner who happens to be fast back there. No, but you should be anyway.
Well, this year, and Avante's going to take that over.
Good.
He was nasty in high school.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you guys. So you guys want back there, kick return, the punt return?
Oh, who do I want? Well, as you know, I'm going to be biased because I'm a big Avante Williams guy. But the guy that Bergie just said, I think Brashard Smith's going to get out back there. And I really think that. But don't forget, Marcus Clark is for real, too. So I think we have options now. I'd be surprised, though, if they don't put Avante back there. I would be surprised because he was lightning in a bottle in high school.
Absolutely.
About kick return.
Yeah. I would – it could be any number of guys. Avante, I wouldn't mind at all. He's a great returner. If you look up his film, half his film is him returning kicks and punts. Yep. The guy's a playmaker. Malik Curtis, Travis Benjamin.
That's who I meant. Not Marcus Clark. Malik Curtis is who I meant to say. I twisted it. My bad. The Benjamin Part 2. Yes. That's what he reminds me of.
Oh, yeah.
All about you starting your BS already, man.
Oh, all about business in the house. Business is about to pick up. Wiggins for
already.
Mccloud for the Nagurski.
Wow.
Listen, if I was playing this team on NCAA, if NCAA was around today, I would win all those awards. But this
Yeah, I just keep throwing it deep to Pope.
Yeah. Little post route,
And
just time it right, hit the square button,
yeah,
touchdown.
That's it. No.
and Mccloud speed would be like an 87, so I'll just diesel him at linebacker all day. So.
Yeah, just blitz another play.
I'm telling you, man. I'm assuming this, but I am projecting there's going to be quite a few transfers after spring.
Quite a few.
I
hope not.
We got too many guys that came back that I know they probably had that conversation with, like, hey, come back. You know, it'll help you out. We'll see how spring goes. Guys that have back years, you know what I mean? If these young guys are ready and they're hungry and they show out in spring, and it's pretty obvious that you're gonna get your time cut a little bit, I expect, 1-2 receivers gone. I expect a DN gone. I expect, I just see people leaving because they don't want to sit. They don't want to sit. It's coming. I don't know how many, but it's coming.
I think, I see it. I see maybe 2 receivers. Probably a safety, maybe like a Washington or maybe like a Brian Balaam, somebody like that. I hope not. He got some experience last year. He could be valuable, but then you got Kinchins and Williams and so many studs ahead of him.
O-line,
you might lose a guy. Hopefully it's just because of sheer numbers and, there's just too many guys.
I think O-line would be like an older guy, like a 3rd or 4th year guy.
Most likely. Yeah, there's some guys in the back end there that just are not going to play, to be honest. So I could see an O-lineman or 2 leaving.
Hey, and I don't hate on that. Good. If you gave us all you got and you're in your 3rd or 4th year and you see that your time now is about to get cut, but you can go play for, I'm not going to say Tulsa again. Don't worry. I'll say Coastal Carolina. And, you're going to get some run there because now all of a sudden let's say if it's an O-line, they only have 6 O-line in the rotation. You can go in there and definitely get some snaps, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I agree with Bergie. I don't think Balaam did. I agree. I think that guy has a chance to still stick, even though that room is fire.
Yeah.
I like what he did.
Yeah, he wasn't bad. Sorry, Conker, you want to say something?
Nah, I'll just agree with Kane up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Balaam didn't look bad. He did look kind of like a fish out of water against Clemson, but I mean, it was Clemson, and we didn't have anybody else. So yeah,
that was a terrible situation. Like Amari Carter, I didn't like the call though that they flagged Amari Carter with, but you still gotta be careful on that, man.
Yeah.
904 Hurricane said, I'm assuming running back. Do you expect the running back to transfer? In my opinion, no.
I hope not.
Let's talk about this because everybody's assuming that Thad doesn't like competition. I know somebody that talked to Thad today. All right, and what I heard is he's ready to go after it. Now, that person also told me he could be lying. Right after he said that to me, that he could be lying. So look, and that put even on his, I don't know if it was Instagram or Twitter or something about I like competition or I'll have to find it and we can post it. So I have not heard anything out of Thad's mouth or his account that says anything that he's wavering. But I know why people are tripping. They're tripping because his recruiting was a little shaky, So I can see that. But I've heard, even when they interviewed his coach was like, Thad likes competition. He's not going to run from competition. So people that are closest to him are saying otherwise. But that recruitment was a little sketchy. So I can see both sides. But until I hear from Thad, I think Thad's coming to war. I think he's going to come and fight. And then if he leaves, then he was never supposed to be here.
Facts.
Right. No, I agree. We want guys that compete for sure.
Right. Yeah.
One guy I wanted to bring up, they brought it up in the chat earlier, our thoughts on Corey Flagg. I've made my thoughts on Corey Flagg very clear in the past. I love him as our middle linebacker. I think he's got the highest IQ of all the linebackers. He just needs to, shed a little extra puffiness. and get in shape, get leaner, get a little quicker. He does that, he's going to be fine.
Agreed.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
I know I'm gonna let Concrete go. He's the linebacker, and then I'll tell you my thoughts because my thoughts are not popular. So go ahead.
That ain't true, man. We all love your thoughts, man. But Corey Flagg, I mean, he's the most reliable guy at linebacker on the roster right now. So I definitely think he got one up. But I agree with you, John. He definitely needs to shed some weight, get a little speed. I'm saying that he'll be okay because I was going to say who's behind him, but it's really nobody behind him besides the guy that I got high hopes for, Deshaun Troutman. But Sam Brooks, hopefully we get a healthy Sam Brooks. But yeah, I think Flagg is the leading guy right now.
Yeah, he's the leader. He's killing it because he's the smartest, and he's putting a lot of work in the gym. He's checking all the boxes, but you can't all of a sudden become fast. You can't all of a sudden. No, but let's be real. That's true. That's true. You can. There's only so much you can improve, and he's slow, bro. Like the tape is. I mean, he makes up for it with instinct. He makes up for it with, dissecting the play. I see that. But I also see him a little bit slow of foot. I'm nervous with him. I do know he's the smartest one we got, and he showed flashes last year. The staff loves him, just for the record. But I need to see him do something. And I saw something about the Kane Sports.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody just shame on you for reading that. They get everything wrong. Go through their history. Them boys even put they tried to write up stuff on the Under Armour, and they had the wrong pictures with the wrong guys going to the wrong schools. There's two guys and they're gonna kill me on this, but they're consistently wrong. They might be right on this one, and then I'm gonna look stupid, but I'm just telling you, they're consistently wrong.
You think that's correct?
You know what I'm talking about, all about the U83. You know exactly what I'm talking about with the King Sport. If y'all got a membership there, y'all better go cancel it.
Yeah, I think they put, somebody tweeted it. They put Wesley DeSante as a D end or something like that.
Oh, that wasn't the only one they messed up. They messed up quite a few.
I'm sure.
Yeah, no, they're special.
Can't have a job like that unless you really love it, man. It's Kane Sport. They're the ones that predicted Gruden to the youth.
Boy, they've said some things that are just, hey, it is what it is, though. I mean, sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't, but I don't think they're very accurate. I'll just say that. They might be accurate with that, maybe they hit on that. But if you look at their history, they miss a lot. They miss a lot.
They got to change their name, man.
Hey, man, it is what it is. You got to call it how you see it.
I mean,
not them, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
As someone who just followed this stuff for years, I know KW worked for Rivals at one point. Someone who just followed it for many years, after a while, I started to prefer ESPN over Rivals, and then I started to prefer 247 over that. 247 seems to be the best one by far.
Yeah. 24/7 right now, I think is the most accurate. I think Rivals changed everything around the last year, and they're trying to get back. But for the last decade, in my opinion, Rivals has been a little bit off. I'll just say it that way. And we all saw it coming. I was there 15, 16 years ago, something like that. And we saw it coming. As more competition came, they started tripping a little bit. But I'll say this. 24/7 right now, I think, is pretty accurate. I think Bleacher Report is good. They're just late, but they're pretty accurate on what they report as well. I mean, Kane's Insight has got some good guys on there too now. We got a bunch of our boys over there, and they're coming up. So Kane's Insight is pretty accurate as well.
Mm-hmm.
I just think the one we just mentioned a minute ago is they need to go do something else.
Yeah. All right. Michael Wilt, I think linebacker position will be better with a better linebacker coach. Obviously, with Aristide, we got an ace recruiter and a young, very smart, up-and-coming guy. But as far as this is just my opinion, I think as far as development of linebackers, I don't think we took a huge step forward as far as the coaches, but I think we're going to bring in better talent. I don't know. What do you guys think?
He's just doing the outside line with a striker, right?
Yeah, he's the striker. Yeah, we'll kind of lump striker and linebacker together. Yeah, he's the striker coach right now, and Packy's the linebacker coach.
Yeah, I think with Manny being the DC, he's gonna have his hands on linebackers a lot. So, let's say he's probably the linebacker coach, really.
I think Packy's a good teacher. I think he's going to surprise people. I don't think he can recruit, but I think he's a good teacher. He's going to surprise some people.
Yeah, I hope so, man. We need that at the position, but also we need an influx of talent because people are like, well, what was the last time we developed the linebacker? What was the last time we landed a big time linebacker?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think
Wesley's a must get, guys. When we get Wesley's a must get. We got to get him.
I think T2 might be homesick.
Oh, he's homesick.
According to Sigma.
No, he's homesick. He's right. He's homesick for real.
Yeah,
he's already wavering a little bit out there. Wait until the winter.
All right. I'm about to say it's cold already up there, man. Hey.
Yeah, but you're right. But wait till he's got to play in like October, November and December in Maryland. Oh, Lord.
Ooh.
Yeah, getting smacked around by Ohio State and, like those teams. Because they're in the Big Ten.
Maryland's making moves, though. I'm going to tell you that.
They are.
But it's kind of to beat Ohio. I mean, I'm pretty sure the goal is Ohio State, but
yeah, they're not ready for Ohio State. But I would be surprised if they make some waves because they're recruiting at a decent level. They got some good. I know Enos is there. I'm not talking about Enos, but they got some decent coaches there too. They got really
offense going to be lit.
Got some decent coaches.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's right. It was Berg. Yeah, I know it was one of you guys in the chat that said, "Yeah, Manny hasn't done anything with the linebackers."
Yep.
You're not wrong, man. But also, the talent hasn't quite been Miami caliber. I mean, which is weird because we have like the talent at safety is Miami caliber right now. The talent at running back, D end, this new influx of receivers, that's all Miami caliber. For whatever reason, linebackers, I don't know, man.
Have we had a 4-star linebacker besides Shaq since Manny?
Let me look that up.
Well, we've been converting. What we did is we were converting a bunch of DNs. Like I actually think Sam Brooks is going to have a really good year, but he's a DN converted to linebacker, at the end of the day. And we were doing a lot of that kind of stuff for a little bit. I know Corey Flagg was big time. I think it's Texas where he came from.
Yeah, he was 4, wasn't he?
Where was he?
No, I'm saying he was a 4-star, right?
I don't remember. I just know he was playing good. I like guys if they're out of state, if they're like in Georgia, Texas, because there's good football there.
Yep.
If you come from Minnesota, man, I keep trying all these places. I don't mean it like that, but if you like if you come from a place that high school football is not real, I question your stars. Like that's my only question with TVD. He killed it at Connecticut. So let's see.
Yeah. Huff. Yeah, I know Avery Huff was a 4-star. To answer your question concrete, Corey Flagg was a 3-star, 5'10", 223.
Jesus. 5'10", 223.
Yeah. And at his position, he's not a highly ranked guy at his position, 35th in the nation at inside linebacker, I think. So not super high, but he's got good instincts, man. I think he's one of those diamonds in the rough that will be a very reliable player. Not a superstar. I don't think he's going to be an NFL stud or anything, but he's reliable. He's going to be a good guy to have there. But yeah, aside from that, I think Pinckney was a 3-star, depending on where you looked, and then Shaq was, I think, a 4-star, and that was it.
Yeah.
What was Mccloud?
Yeah, what was Mccloud? That's a good question.
Let's look that up. 2016, if I'm not mistaken. Where was their class?
He came in with Shaq and Pickney.
Yeah, that was a hell of a class because they came in at the same time, and then Amon Richards came in that year too, and Joe Jackson.
McCloud was a 4-star.
He was a 4-star, yeah. 6'2", 218, number 21 at his position. Yeah, he was
did that, Rivals?
No. This is 24/7.
I'm just playing.
This is 24/7. Hey, Shaq was the number 5 middle linebacker in the country. He was a top, basically like a top 100 recruit overall.
He balled out as a freshman. He
was our second best recruit, right?
Absolutely. What do you think held him back? Because he did, was it the injuries? Because I know he had injury problems his entire career with the shoulder and all that.
I think he had lack of speed too.
Yes, I think
he had trouble getting to the edge.
Yep, I think he was slow. He made up for it with his head, right? Real smart guy, good leader. Yes. I think Corey Flagg has a lot of that kind of stuff too. You know, he's got a good head. I think he's going to be a good leader. You know, I think if you surround Corey with a bunch of athletic guys, it'll be okay. You know, but I actually see a lot of the same strengths and weaknesses in the little bit that I've seen Corey. Like Shaq, he reminds me of a lot of the same weaknesses and the same strengths that Shaq has so far. And I know that's putting a lot on that young man because Shaq's over there in Jacksonville right now in the NFL. You know, so if you make the NFL, you're good, right? Like you can't be garbage when you make the NFL.
Right. Yeah.
We had some guys pan out in the 2016 class. So Shaq, Ahmad, Joe Jackson, Homer,
Travis Homer. Yeah,
Finley.
Malik Young, who was good. Unfortunately, he couldn't continue. Yeah, that was a pretty solid class as far as who panned out from it.
Yeah.
Only 19 enrollees. Let's see what else. What other questions? Oh, I wanted to bring this up because I'll be honest, it's on my to-do list. I haven't had a chance to see it. Did you guys watch that episode of Footballville with Earl Little?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. Give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts because I haven't seen crap yet. It's on my to-do list.
I'll tell you about the show, but I can't really say a lot about the recruiting. How do I say this?
If you can, don't worry about it.
I think there's a lot of stuff from the Miami side because we're hearing a lot from their side, right? You know, he was on the Canes Inside show. Now he's on the Footballville show. I'm a big Earl Little fan or Earl Little Jr. fan. I think it's great, but there's a lot of stuff from the other side that is not being told. We'll just see how it plays out. I'm not saying he won't be a Cane. I just don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm going to say. I don't know. There's just other stuff involved, that it makes it complicated.
Yeah, Sertan all over again. I hope that's not the case, Anthony. I hope we find some way to land him. If not, Kamari Rogers is getting a lot of crystal balls to Miami, I hear. So if we get one of those two guys, I will be very happy.
I like our chances for one of the two. And I like our chances with Spells.
Spells is another one. And then there's that kid. I think he's from Alabama. I keep forgetting his name, man.
Oh, Trayvon Fagan?
Fagans, thank you. Fagans. I like him. So I think, we land. I think we got to bring in 4 at least. Yep. One of them's probably going to be transfer portal, let's be honest. And, 3 high school guys. But I hope it's more the majority is high school guys because I don't want
Jalen Harrell does well. That's going to help us a lot.
That's true. I forgot about that. You're right. If he does,
he's got. I actually like the move because he can move like that. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget, we still got T-Rob on staff now. as far as getting these guys in, so
is a fallback. I think Rodgers might be the guy.
Rodgers is elite. Rodgers is elite.
I wouldn't say he's a fallback. I think he is the real deal. If you watch their films, I mean, you can make an argument that Kamari's film is better. Just saying.
Yeah, that ain't fair, Anthony. Yeah, that was not fair.
Yeah. Well, I hope other teams are sleeping on him, but I don't think so. You look at you
Yeah, I
look
think
at
only teams like Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and LSU, the only ones that's really.
So all the guys we want really bad, by the time we get to the end of this month, everybody's gonna want them. Like, you don't think it's coincidence that Ja'Cory, and Bond are coming to visit, and then as soon as they announce that, Alabama offers Bond? You don't think that's like coincidence?
Yep. I think it was David Lake or one of these guys. I think it was him that said, yeah, his speed reminds him a lot of Philip Dorsett. I think Alabama was like, what? Huh?
Yeah. No, they say this guy's got.
He's got jets.
Apparently, his 100 is like number one in the nation right now, or something like that.
Yeah,
it's stupid. It's like 10 point something seconds.
Like, he's not just like fast. He's supposed to be like, it's just dumb. Like he's just on like the Flash. He's like the fastest guy around. But he was on nobody's radar really, and then all of a sudden, Miami's on him because of Ja'Cory. And then he's coming to visit Miami with Ja'Cory, and then boom, Alabama offer.
Bama and Georgia always do that.
Yeah.
Don't worry, again, they just do soon.
So when he goes to LSU, Ed has a huge buyout, plus LSU's in a huge legal mess.
True that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if Ed knew anything, if anything happened on Ed's watch, which there is stuff behind the scenes they're talking about, he's gone. They'll do the whole Tennessee thing over there immediately.
At LSU, you think?
What? You can't. My goodness. They've been having – it's not one thing. It's not just the Les Miles thing. It's not just that. There's a lot of stuff happening there. And they're going to have to clean house because here's what happens. Here's the reason Tennessee did what they did, guys. Because they do that so the NCAA doesn't come in and destroy them. They'll say, we'll just do it on our own. We'll get rid of certain people, you know. And then when the NCAA comes in, they give them like a little slap on the hand. Because if you don't start firing all those people that had knowledge of it involved, guess what happens? Then the NCAA, it falls all the pressure on the NCAA, and they come and destroy you.
Well, why didn't you do that for Miami?
No, but that's why you see what you see. You know, like, well, wow, that guy, you know, they're firing ADs, they're firing everybody. Al Golden to LSU, yeah.
Al Golden, like in a Bobby Boucher kind of role, like as the water boy?
Look, I remember Miami was doing all this self-imposed shit. And NCAA, they freaking sent spies into prison trying to get us shut down. I'm like, whoa, is it that bad? That's what I go to every time. Like somebody's like, nobody's hating on the U, Miami. So I'm like, you know what the NCAA tried to do to us, man? Like, come on now.
Yeah, I like the direction we're going right now, you know. And a lot of the schools are getting a little messed up. You guys know we talked earlier about
Penn
Georgia,
State.
Alabama, LSU's getting killed. Tennessee's done for a while. I mean, you know.
Good, man. It's about time people started looking at that conference.
Well,
I think Alabama might get away with it. Georgia, maybe not.
I don't know. I think I was listening to a show. I forgot which one it was, and they're saying that Greg Bush, and they're saying that you know, Kirby's not on the hot seat in Georgia. I actually disagree a little bit. What has he done that Mark Richt didn't do?
He did go to the national championship.
They're almost all the same results. Bunch of wins, and then they can't get over the hump. They can't go to the national, you know, and win it. So if he and he's had the roster, and they gave him all the money in the world in that program to do whatever they want. And Georgia ain't gonna sit there another 8-10 years and with this crap. If this comes back and Kirby's involved, well, he clearly is involved with the stuff that's going on over there. Yes, Anthony, I think the same thing. I think the exact same. I agree with you. I think. I mean, I know everyone knows what we're talking about. There's an audio going around, pretty much explaining how they have a money guy and Kirby knows,
Yeah.
and blah blah blah. I'll leave it at that. So
They're saying that guy in the audio. They're saying he's very discredited though. I'm saying he's a
of course they're gonna
basically
say that.
he's not a good human being, whoever he is.
That guy's a dumbass. Like, you know what I mean?
But,
Of course, but
but they're saying the guy like he has like 2 different families, like a secret family. Like he's been doing some shady stuff, but like you said, of course they're gonna. You know what I'm saying he's like the conspiracy theorist guy. Like
at the end of the day, because you know they're doing dirty stuff, they don't want no eyes on them. Because what are they gonna uncover? That might not be it, but they might uncover something else because they're snooping around, you know. So I don't know, like the Tennessee thing, there was just rumblings, and all of a sudden the McDonald bags came up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because that wasn't the initial complaint with Tennessee, you know. And look what happened.
Pay the bill, man. Everybody got to pay their bill.
Did you see? I think it was Tennessee's baseball team. Somebody hit a home run, and when he came back to the dugout, like high-fiving everybody, he brought out like a McDonald's bag.
No. No.
Yes, you got to find it. I saw it on Instagram or something. I think it was a Tennessee baseball team.
The Tennessee baseball team? Oh,
like they're trolling themselves.
Bro, that's
pretty gold,
crazy. That dude is gone from that school. They're gonna kill him. They're gonna be like, dude,
I thought it was
this is funny.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. If you find that, John, please send it to me. I gotta see that.
Yeah.
Alabama, Georgia, moneymakers.
My goodness, that's crazy.
Alabama. It's probably very
I
true.
mean, whole SEC football, they're all moneymakers. Football in the South ain't no joke.
Yeah. No, it's religion down there. ESPN won't let anything about it. Yeah, man. Look, I think they're definitely protected.
I agree.
Yeah, if when the COVID hit, I had 100% faith that at least the SEC was still going to play football.
100%. Me too. And because of them, like I was actually like on their side. Like because of them, if they played, it's gonna domino effect. Like okay, SEC or ACC geographically is right next to them. They're gonna play also.
Yeah.
Maybe the conferences of North won't play. I'm surprised Big Ten just kind of did a 180 and like, oh, never mind, just kidding, we're playing.
Oh yeah,
they thought everybody else was gonna follow. So.
And then they changed the rules for Ohio State. Oh yeah, you can go to the championship. Only playing, even though they set the rules, you got to play a certain amount of games. Man,
playing like 3 games.
It's all corrupt, bro. It's all corrupt.
Well, we all know money plays a big part in everything. So sure. Ohio State makes the money. Nobody wants to see a team like Northwestern or in the Big Ten championship.
I mean, look, everything's corrupt. I don't think there's a program out there that doesn't have some type of corruption. There's just too much money involved. And man, as old as I am, I found that anytime there's a lot of money involved, there's some type of corruption.
Pretty much goes with anything in the world. So, was it the Big Ten? His commissioner, his son was playing at Texas A&M or something.
I don't know that story.
I think he had a son. I think he had a son in the SEC. That's why everybody was getting pissed off.
Oh man, I don't know. Where you guys think Cody's going?
I think he's going. He's going Group of 5 for sure. He's going G5. I don't think he stays in D1. I think he goes Group of 5. I think he's going to have a few games where he really lights it up and throws for like 400 yards. He'll have a couple games where he looks bad because he has a couple of bad. He still has a couple of bad habits he's got to correct, but he'll light it up in a few games. He'll look good. He'll improve that tape, but it'll probably be G5.
Mississippi State, his son.
What do you think?
I agree.
Concrete?
G5. I agree, G5. But I'm trying to figure out what school though. It's kind of tough. As far as
what if he goes to Duke?
I don't think he'll do that to himself, man.
Just saying.
You think he stays to the ACC?
You know what the coach there is, and their quarterback just transferred.
Yeah, I mean, it's all. When it gets to the college level, it's all about connections. So, yeah.
I think he goes to like a USF or somebody like that.
Back in the better Jaron Williams.
Oh, Jared Williams just went there. That's right.
Who's at FAU?
Cody's like, yeah, I could beat out that guy.
FAU, I'm not sure.
Because I could see him trying to stay local, or maybe,
Yeah.
He has good enough tape, bro. He has good enough tape to go somewhere, especially after coming in for King. I mean, he looked pretty good. The receivers just dropped the ball. Yeah, he made some bad throws or whatever, but overall, I thought he played really well.
Mm-hmm.
Those receivers catch the ball. He's a hero. You do realize that, right?
Cody, there's a lot of conversation going on around if they catch that.
There was a few of them though, right? Like the one that drove me crazy was that bubble screen. The little bubble, and he threw it a little low, but you catch that, you're to the house, and Cody's a hero.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. That.
Utah State.
Yeah, but I don't think
Utah State with Bender.
Going to go to the cold, man.
Yeah, I don't think he goes too far.
I want him to kill it, man. I do. I want him to go kill it, and then maybe get drafted like 7th round because he did so good, and he gets a little bit of a contract, like a minimum or something. Take care of his fam.
Yeah, I hope so too, man. I wish nothing but the best for him. If guys just caught the damn ball, we win the bowl game, number one for sure.
Yep.
And he doesn't throw for 400 yards. He throws for 500 yards in that game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Boy's definitely airing it out.
So yeah, we're coming up on close to an hour and a half. Anything? Any last minute things you guys wanted to discuss with spring coming up and anything like that?
I can't wait for spring to come up. I really can't. What else? Oh, Sunday.
It's close, right?
It seems like we're gonna have Kelvin Harris on the show, on the Miami Flow show. I'm excited about that. 3-time national champion. I'm really excited about that. So y'all check that out. It should be pretty juicy. And then spring. Just spring is. I don't think they're gonna allow anybody there. Everything I'm hearing, nobody's gonna be able to go.
That was gonna be my next question. If you're hearing anything.
Yeah.
I heard everything.
Florida State gonna have open media.
Yeah, I mean, it may change. I just heard that they've said no.
Hey, good stuff with Kelvin. Yeah, hopefully it's that trash again. Good stuff with Kelvin Harris, man. You guys like one and the same. You guys definitely keep me positive. Caned up, you and Kelvin, y'all keep me positive about the program.
Man, this whole YouTube thing has been such a blessing. Honestly, it's been such a blessing. I got to meet you guys. I got to meet other people. I'm getting to talk to like former Kings, and it's cool. Like trying to invite people to the show, and you start chopping it up, and it's a guy that you're like, man, this guy's gonna come on the show, and then the people you meet, like in the chats that you recognizing their name and stuff. It's a blessing, bro. It's a blessing.
It's all love, man.
Yeah. Charles Brown, who changed positions. He's probably a little late to the chat, but earlier in the chat, in the video, we were talking that Jalen Harrell is rumored to play at corner. Avery Huff is rumored to switch to striker. This is what we're hearing. This is stuff that they're going to test out in the spring. So just to answer that question really quick, and you might see one or two others. We'll see. Armando, let's go. Ready for football. Yeah, man. It's March. I'm already ready. It's like 170 days or something. It's when it gets to that, like around July, it gets to like below 100, like 90 something day mark. It starts to feel real.
It's got to sit on spring, man.
Yeah, can't wait, man. But yeah, man. If you guys got nothing else, it's about to get real interesting once spring starts, and we're probably gonna have some good guests and stuff like that. So yeah, we're looking forward to it, man. Anything from you guys? Oh, let everybody know where they can find you guys.
Find me on the Concrete 1K on YouTube. 1K Concrete, just like the name says on the screen. Concrete with a K.
You got a Twitter or anything?
Yeah, Twitter.
Twitter. Oh man, I don't really be on Twitter like that, but yeah, I do got a Twitter. I don't even know the name to it. I know it's Concrete.
Man,
I don't know if
we
I
gotta
got
get
show.
you on the Twitter.
Listen, I don't
On
know.
Twitter, boy.
I know. I see y'all be lit on it, man. Info's crazy, man. I be committed to Facebook though, man. The Miami group on
Gotcha.
your boy, Cole Perry, man. He's real good with his information. So
Yeah. My name's Kane Dub, as you guys see on the screen. Miami Flow Show. You can find me at @UpKane on Twitter, Miami Flow on Instagram, and I have a Facebook group called the Miami Flow as well. Come check it out, and it's all Miami, everything Miami football.
Awesome, guys. Yeah, so you heard it. Go throw them a follow. Give them a subscribe. Go in and like their videos. It all helps with the algorithm and their exposure and all that. Are you laughing at what all about the you said, Concrete?
yeah. Yeah, the fool, man.
I have all the faith in the world we'll beat them in the coin toss as well. All right, guys. Well, I think that's it for us for now. Go get some rest. Like I said, again, go follow Miami Flow. Go follow One Concrete Show. Go give me a subscribe as well if you can, if you have not already. I'm on a mission to get to 1,000 subs. I'm at, I don't know where, 500 something. So if you could throw me a few, that'd be great. Great show, guys. Thank you, Greg Bush. Always loyal, always on the chat. Bergie, Anthony, all about the you, all the regulars. Thank you for being on it as well. We'll see you guys next week. And by next week, spring will have started, so we're gonna have some good stuff.
That's right.
As always,
Yes, sir.
It's all about the you. Go Canes.
Good night, boys.
Have a good